Sally Edwards and welcome to December Daily Day 22. Today I am working, excuse me, on the back obviously of day 21, which was my tree page, my pocket page. And I'm also working on the back of a tag spread that is coming up. And the story that I want to tell today is about wrapping. And so I did a couple things. One is I printed this out on vellum, and I'll give this to you guys as a download, and I wrote "and reading and planning what to cook and doing last minute shopping" on here. This is some of the actual wrapping paper that I'm using this year. I don't remember exactly where I got this. I've had it for a while. I didn't buy any new wrapping paper this year. So my plan here is that this is just gonna go on the back of this transparency page, and then this is gonna go on top. So it's gonna say wrapping all the way. I'm gonna put the 22 up here. And on this side, I'm gonna add in a picture that I actually took of some of the presents that I have wrapped so far here this morning. So this is my initial plan of attack, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so step one here is just gonna be trimming these pages down. This one I printed to the size of the back of this, which should be close to the full page protector size. So we'll trim this down and see how close we are. And I'm just going to adhere this directly onto the back of that page. Should be relatively close, and I'll just trim off the other, that little bit of the edge there, and then punch the holes. And I may add something on top of here. I haven't decided yet. We'll see once I get it on there. This page, the page you're going to see tomorrow, is from the Product Play Workshop. That's where I started it with all these tags. So I'm going to be adding some things on there tomorrow for whatever my actual story may be. Okay. I'm just going to trim off a little bit of this because it's not really going to matter on that side. There we go. And then I need to punch the holes, so I'm going to use my 6-hole punch again here when I find it. There it is. And make sure that the tags aren't getting stuck in there. Matching it up with the previous holes. Okay, so we've got that full page photo. And then on the other side here, again, vellum on top of just wrapping paper that I'm going to adhere down. This one, the base of this previous page was on a transparency, but it's not really going to matter covering it up the way that it already is there. So I just need to actually get a straight cut on there, and I'm just gonna, I think what I'm gonna do is move it in a little bit. Grab my scissors here. Cut it a couple times. And just put some adhesive on there. On the back of this one, I think is what I'm gonna do. This is just putting it directly onto the transparency. Of course. So it's fun to incorporate wrapping paper as a pattern paper. It's going to be over there a little bit, that'll be fine. And then I'm going to layer that with my vellum page here that says wrapping all the way. And I'm just cutting around the edge of the previous page, using that transparency as a guide. This one, I felt like the transparent part was not that big of a deal, which is why I'm covering it up. You could skip the wrapping paper part if you wanted to and just put vellum on top and then still maintain a little bit of that see-through, but I kind of wanted the pattern paper on there, just like that. And then this guy is gonna get layered on top. And I printed it big enough so that it would go off the edge a little bit there. Let's see, how would I like to adhere this on here? I think that I do have, somebody had recommended, let's see if I have it in here, this collage glue stick. Let's try this. This is a Ranger product, I think, if I remember right. Yeah. And I think somebody said that it worked with vellum. So let's see if it works even just for, it's like a little glue stick. See what happens for something like this to at least give me something down on here. A little bit of adhesive to hold it in place. Looks like that's gonna work, and you can't see it, so let's try that. So this again is, I think Ingen was the one that told me about this, the mini collage glue stick, or somebody on the Craft Story Facebook group. You definitely cannot see it through the vellum, so this is a nice solution if you're wanting to adhere vellum onto something. Mini collage glue stick. Okay, now I'm gonna go around again, which I could have done those both at the same time, but I wanted a little more control over the placement. Okay, so there's that. You could always stitch vellum, you could staple it, lots of options. It probably works for the transparency too. I probably could have used it for that, but I forgot about it until just a minute ago. I think I'm going to use it over on these other edges here too. That's pretty cool. Never used that before. Like finding something like that that works really well. We'll see how it works over time. Oops. Okay, and then let's punch some more holes. Okay. So here we have lots of that wrapping. I think I'm going to put something over here in the center too. Let's see, first we'll get some adhesive on the back of these 22s. I'm thinking maybe a little tag with a little bit of additional journaling, maybe even one of the tags that that's something like that I use. Let's see what I want to add on there. Just making sure this is day 22. Okay. That's going to come into this day tomorrow. So let me see if there's some little thing I might want to add on here. Some little additional bit of information. I'm almost thinking, one of the things I like on this one is the black. So I'm thinking of what could I add over here or not that would be some little combination of black embellishments. I'm gonna see what I have. Okay, what I'm gonna add on here, just to add a little bit of that black color, because that's really, I think, what I'm looking for. It doesn't really need any additional words. Wrapping is what I am doing. I'm just gonna use 3 of those black chipboard stars for a nice little cluster that can get added on directly onto the photo right here. And I'm kind of playing a little bit with the seams that are from the packages. I just laid these packages out and took a picture of them on my table here in the office. And I think that, yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. I think that that's kind of a fun way to play around with something black that complements or, you know, balances out the black over here. I've got the same paper, or the paper that I've photographed over here. I've got the date, and then just a little bit of additional information there. So I like how that turned out. All right, I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow.